You really feel like you deserve that promotion at your job, but you're not sure how to approach your boss about the situation or how they'll react. You're at a social gathering, a party, or a bar, and you see someone across the room and you want to approach them and talk to them, but you're not sure how this other person might react. You're at a restaurant and you have the menu in front of you, but you want to ask the waiter or the waitress if they could somewhat customize it for you for some particular reason. But once again, you're not sure how this person will react. In all three of these scenarios, there's one commonality. Yes, it's fear, but to be more specific, it's that fear of rejection. Now, I'm not too sure who actually said this first, whether it was the famous hockey player Wayne Gretzky or the great philosopher Michael Scott. But regardless, they said you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And that message, that quote, is pretty straightforward. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So if you fail to actually take that chance or take advantage of that opportunity, yeah, you're gonna bat 1,000. You're gonna go 10 for 10 from the free throw line. You know, you're going to be perfect in essence because you never actually took that chance. And the reason for that, the reason for not taking that chance is that we fear that rejection. We fear hearing the word no from a colleague, a boss, a person at the bar, a waiter or waitress at the restaurant. Because in our head, we build it up. We make it seem like when this person says no, or possibly will say no, that it's an attack on us personally. And a lot of times that's not the case, but that's what keeps us stuck. That fear of rejection, that fear of somebody saying no and us looking at it like it's saying no to us, the person that we are, what we're made of, what we believe in, what we stand in, our truths. But that's not true. But when we have that mentality, that fear of rejection, that's what keeps us stuck. That's what keeps us from actually taking that chance or taking advantage of that opportunity. So when we stay in our own little bubble of sorts, then we're gonna never miss a shot because we never took that shot. So when you never actually take the shot, you are perfect. But perfect to what degree? You're perfectly complacent. You're possibly perfectly content in being in the space that you're in, instead of walking through that fear and taking that chance and asking a person out, or asking for a promotion or a raise, or asking for somebody to change something on a menu. Because when we walk through that fear and we allow ourselves to possibly hear no, we grow from that experience. Because if the person says no, we have to truly understand that it's not us they're saying no to, us the person. It might just be the job. It might just mean that this person doesn't really want to go out with anybody at this time. Or the waiter or the waitress just can't actually customize it for you. And we have to understand the separation between what the person is saying and who we are, and that they're possibly or most likely not attacking us personally. And when we understand that, and when we know who we are, and we stand in our truth and we know our reality, then we won't let those no's, we won't let those rejections affect us personally. We'll use them as stepping stones, as experiences, as lessons to grow and to evolve and to become that better person that we always want to be, instead of standing on the sideline and never actually taking that shot. And in my personal experience, a lot of these obstacles and hurdles and challenges that we create for ourselves all start in here. They all start in our own head. They all are created by our thoughts and by what we think about, how we think about other people, but at the same time, how we think about ourselves. Because when we fail sometimes to walk through that fear of asking for a promotion, let's say, in our minds, we might already take ourselves out of that competition or that race for the new promotion. We might already say, no, I probably don't deserve it. I'm probably not good enough yet. And underlying those statements is that fear, and that fear of rejection, because we're already disqualifying us. We're already saying that we're not cut out for it. And that keeps us stuck. That keeps us complacent. That keeps us standing on the sideline instead of just giving it a shot, taking that chance. What's the worst that this person can say? No. If everybody thought that way, then nothing or a lot of things would never actually get done in this world, because we would all be worried or afraid of what the other person might say. So we need to get out of our own heads in that respect, and also change how we think about other people and ourselves, mainly ourselves. Because when we have confidence, when we have self-esteem, when we truly know who we are, then we won't allow those no's, we won't allow those rejections to affect us. We'll use them to strengthen us. We'll use them as reference points of when we may have thought we were knocked down, when in actuality we were building ourselves up. Don't look at it as a negative. We need to turn it around and make it a positive and use it for our own strength. Because if you keep making it about the negative and negative and negative, you're going to build these mountains of problems that you're never ever going to be able to get out from under. But instead of making mountains, make steps. Make steps that you could walk up, and a foundation that you could build upon to become a better person, to become a stronger person, to become a more self-confident person, to become a person that believes in themselves and understands who they are and the truths that you believe in and stand for. And once that happens, and once you're on that path, this rejection, this fear of rejection of someone saying no will not affect you at all, because you'll understand its place and use it as the fuel in your fire that keeps you going. So don't allow that fear of rejection to keep you stuck, to keep you standing on the sidelines, and not allow you to actually take that chance. Because that fear of rejection is a manifestation in your own mind. Because a lot of times in our hearts, we want to do it. We want to take that chance. But our mind is telling us not to. Our mind is telling us we're not good enough. So we need to lead with the heart. We need to listen to the heart. And sometimes realize that the mind is not looking out what's best for us. We have to decipher between each situation, but when it comes to that fear of rejection, we have to listen to our heart a lot of times. Our mind is just trying to keep us safe and comfortable, but it's also sometimes telling us that we're not good enough. But we need to change that. We need to flip that script and understand that when we lead with our heart and we truly try to pursue something that we want to, no matter what the person says or how the situation unfolds, we'll be okay with that. because we know that we led with our heart. We know that we were completely invested in it. And then we'll take that outcome and we'll use it to build upon. But just don't allow that fear of rejection, don't allow fear in general to keep you stuck, to keep you from playing in the game and taking that shot. Because at the end of the day, when you do it, when I do it, when any of us do that, when we keep ourselves stuck in that fear of rejection, then we're missing out on life. We're missing out on so many possible opportunities, so many things that could come our way. So don't do that. Don't allow yourself to stay stuck on that sideline. You deserve more. We all deserve more and better for ourselves. So take that shot. If you miss, big deal. If the person says no, big deal. You dust yourself off and you keep it moving. You look forward. You look for that next opportunity, and you do not take it personally. You do not let that other person, that other situation, anything from the external make you feel less than, make you feel like something's wrong with you. Do not take it personally. Do not allow that person to make you feel less than. That should never, ever happen, because we need to understand who we are. We need to know the person that we've become and understand that whatever anybody says, that doesn't make us who we are. We make who we are. Our actions, our thoughts, and what we say, and how we live our life. And as long as we're moving forward and progressing and evolving and growing, those situations, those no's, that rejection will not penetrate, will not be able to seep into our bodies, our auras, our vibes, because we'll be standing in our truth. We'll know who we are, and what that other person says or does not make us who we are. And once we can grasp this concept, Teflon, baby. Nothing's gonna affect us. It'll bounce right off. We'll keep it moving with a smile. So when the situation arises, and we all know that it's going to happen throughout the day at some point, but when it does, and you start to feel that fear of rejection creeping up in your body and all throughout your mind, when that happens, really focus on that moment and try to understand the root. Where is it coming from? Why all of a sudden are you thinking these certain thoughts? And why all of a sudden are these thoughts pretty much paralyzing you, in a sense, and stopping you from walking through that fear and trying to talk to this person about a situation? Why are you stopping? Why is that possible no, that possible rejection not allowing you to take that shot, to take that chance? And once we start to dig deeper and truly understand the root, the cause, then we can start to rip that root out. We can start to work on planting new seeds that do not have fear of rejection, do not have fear at all in them. They have confidence, they have love, they have compassion, they have creativity, they have all positive things that when the same situation arises, we can walk through that fear. Because that fear might still pop up a little bit, but we have more of that love, we have more of that confidence within us that just pushes it to the side and allows us to move forward and take that chance and take that shot and ask for that promotion, or ask that person out, or ask for a customized dish at a restaurant, The situation can be big, can be small, doesn't matter. As long as we understand that no, that possible no, doesn't really affect us, then it's okay. That's where the growth happens. So really try to look at those moments when those situations arise and make the necessary changes that we need to make. So when it happens again, we know what to do. And never again do we allow that fear of rejection, that possible no, dictate how we live our life and how we approach that situation. And just remember, it's just the word no. It's 2 letters. And, simple. It's not that big of a deal. We make it that way in our minds a lot of times. But it's very simple. And it should not make us feel less than. It should not make us feel that we're not good enough. We need to be confident. We need to understand who we are. Always remember that. Always remember who you are or who you are trying to become. And stay strong in that. Stay strong in your truth. Don't allow anybody to try to tear that down. Don't let anybody to try to make you think that you are not the person that you are or that you are trying to become. I can't say it enough, and I'll never stop saying it to other people that I meet, to myself, because it's very important. Don't allow that fear of rejection to dictate you, to run your life, to make you think you can't pursue your passions and your dreams. Don't allow that to happen. And if it's been going on, stop it. Work on it. Take the time out to pull those roots out, those roots that are filled with fear and anxiety and being scared, and replace them with uplifting qualities, love, creativity, self-confidence, self-esteem. You'll see the difference, believe me. I did, and I know you will. One day at a time. Have an amazing day. Have a blessed day. Always be grateful. Remember to always be grateful for this moment, because this moment is truly all we have. So regardless of what this moment brings about, we need to cherish it no matter what. We need to be grateful for it no matter what. And remember to smile. I will never stop politely suggesting that you remember to smile and try to smile on a daily basis, because it's something that I truly believe in and that you've noticed already that I do all the time. So smile. I'll talk to everybody soon.